9th Street that has the old Charez Community Center, the old PS 64. What he wants to build there is not a dormitory, that's a front. He wants to build a youth hostel. He's been wanting to do that already for 13 years, and believe me, he's going to try to do that now, because mostly all dormitories and mostly all cottages, what they become is a youth hostel. He wants to build 500 beds, okay? And he according to what he said, he already has 200 of them rented to this particular school, which we haven't seen proof. We need to see proof, okay? And then what usually they do is any empty rooms, it becomes a youth hostel. And that's a residential neighborhood. That should be a community center again, and I hope it becomes a community center, to service this community. That center serves thousands of people in this community. Okay, in 1 week alone, we used to serve over, with our side already, around 1,500 people in relationship, to substance abuse. Okay, we have films there. Hundreds of people every year show up to the theaters. All kinds of theaters. Believe me, there were so many weird theaters there. Some of them scared me. And there was also educational after-school program. And it's very important that we keep that going. It's important that we support our people in our community. Our community is still a working class, low-income community. Mostly all the private buildings have been developed for gentrification, but there's still thousands of apartments in that neighborhood that people need help of all kinds of races. So hopefully we develop that center again. It becomes an educational center, and I hope all of you support it. You support it now politically, and with the center open, which I hope it opens sometime soon, I hope you support it financially too. Okay? Anyway, look, let's keep that in mind, and we're going to be introducing also elected officials, okay, that will be here speaking, in our support. So please don't hesitate to ask any question afterwards. All right?
So we're going to hear next from State Senator Brad Hoylman and some other elected officials, and then as well as some community leaders. So Brad.
Thank you, Rosie Mendez. My sister, Rosie Mendez. A round of applause for Rosie. I just want to thank everyone for coming out, particularly, of course, the members of the community, but I'm so proud to see so many students here from Cooper Union. So a round of applause for all the students from Cooper Union that are here. You couldn't make this stuff up. Cooper Union wants to raise tuition for the first time in 154 years, to buy dorms from, of all people, Greg Singer. You can't make it up. I am standing here in solidarity with Rosie Mendez, with Assemblymember Brian Kavanaugh, with the community, to make certain that those dorms do not get built, to make certain that Charez returns as a community center in our neighborhood. Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you in the fight. Thank you very much.
Assemblyman Brian Kavanaugh.
Thank you. Our community on the Lower East Side, over many, many years now, we've seen a lot of changes. Some good, some maybe not so welcome. We've had a lot of fights over a lot of years, fights to preserve our community for the people who built it, fights to preserve our community as a place where ordinary New Yorkers can afford to live and build a life together, a place that represents cutting-edge arts and culture in a way that is maybe not so welcome in some other parts of the city these days. And we've had many, many fights, and we've seen many, many changes. But we have to, at some point, draw the line and say, this is a fight that we're not going to lose, and this is a change that we're not going to accept. Yes. And to the extent that we've won this fight, these fights, and protected our community, it's because we've had great heroes like Chino Garcia, who started so long ago, and Rosie Mendez, who started fighting this fight long before she was our great council member. But we here today have to bring that message. We've been told by Cooper Union that they were looking for some dorm space, and they looked around and they found this space, and they didn't realize there was a problem. They didn't realize there was a history. They didn't realize there was a community that wanted this space, that cherished this space, that wanted to see this space come back to its prior use. But we're here today to tell Cooper Union loudly and clearly that this is a community that's not going to accept this, that this is a mistake. If it was a simple, honest mistake that they got involved in something they didn't understand, they should now understand it. They should back off and get out of this deal, and that we are going to take back this center for our community. Thank you.
And so we're in front of Cooper Union for a reason, because they purport to have a contract to give beds to their students, but today we have one student here who will speak for many to say they are not interested in beds over at Charez. Everyone, welcome Student Rep Sar.
Can you hear me without the mic? No. Okay. Nice try. I tried. We the students of the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art can no longer uphold or endorse the direction our college has taken under the leadership of Jamshed Barucha with the support of the current Board of Trustees. As students, we are indebted and steadfastly committed to fulfilling the historic mission of Cooper Union as an institution committed to providing students with an exceptional educational experience without the burden of tuition, regardless of need. Central to this mission is the imperative to continue challenging the institutional and societal norms regarding education, accessibility, class mobility, pedagogy, and organizational structures. The Union of Art, Architecture, and Engineering has empowered a historically diverse student body that for over 154 years has served to shape, engage, and creative citizens in and beyond New York City. Since last Wednesday morning, students have been occupying the office of the president on the 7th floor of the Cooper Union. It is no longer the office of Jamshed Barucha. For 1 week and over 175 hours, it has been the office for over 100 co-working presidents of the Cooper community. Students from across the schools of art, architecture, and engineering have been joined by faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of Cooper Union in this action. We have seen votes of no confidence from the students as well as the School of Art faculty and Humanities faculty. This occupation is a nonviolent, community-based direct action. Hello, co-presidents! This occupation is a nonviolent, community-based direct action, and we intend to maintain it until Jamshed Barucha steps down as president, or we see reversals in the new tuition policy, a reaffirmation of the mission statement, and changes made to the college's governance, which allow for more direct student and faculty participation. In a series of campus-wide emails, Cooper Union's administration has continuously misinformed the community and general public on the status of the occupation, while admitting their own failures in safety and communication. Most recently, a campus notice has stated that students have declined mediation. Not true. We refuse to answer it immediately to the administration's request for a meeting on their terms and have collectively agreed that a meeting will only take place in the office of the president with the entire body of occupying students present. We will collectively set the agenda for this meeting and appoint facilitation. Jamshed Bharucha must be physically present, and audio and video shall be streamed online and recorded. As president, Jamshed Bharucha has squandered 2 years of precious time in which the community needed more than anything a decisive leader with devout commitment to the mission and vision of Cooper Union. With this vote of no confidence, and with all of these votes of no confidence, we express our abhorrence and disapproval of the policies and actions of Jamshed Bharucha's administration. We strongly affirm that we have no confidence in Jamshed Bharucha. In solidarity with the Charez El Bohio community, we demand that Jamshed Bharucha reverse Cooper Union's commitment to lease the 196 beds in Greg Singer's proposed dormitory tower, which has effectively prevented the LES community from accessing a vibrant space which for many years serviced the community directly. As a community in the throes of financial uncertainty, we find it wholly unacceptable that Cooper Union's administration failed to research the vital history of this space before pursuing a disgusting lease. We take this time to publicly distinguish the needs and wants of the Cooper community from the actions of President Jamshed Bharucha and his administration. From one landmark institution to another, we call for this community treasure to be protected, not endangered. We're proud to have held the office for 175 hours and counting, and proud of the Cooper Union community for coming together across schools, roles, generations to create an environment in which Bharucha cannot stay by successfully holding the physical space of the presidential and administrative offices in an open occupation. Thank you.
Give Charez back to the community. Cooper Union must be free. Give Charez back to the community. Cooper Union must be free. Give Charez back to the community. Cooper Union must be free. Give Charez back to the community. So, I want to announce that unfortunately I have to leave because I have to go fight a charter school that they want to put into my district. So I gotta go fight another good fight, but I'm gonna leave you now with our male district leader, Anthony Feliciano, who will speak to you, and then we're gonna have some other community leaders and other community organizations come and speak. We'll have more music and more chanting so that we can free Cooper Union and free Charez.
So, this is not about brick and mortar. This is about a community center that was the heart of Lower East Side, that represented the struggles and the fights that had occurred on the Lower East Side. I'm a part of that, of Charez. I benefited from the things that occurred in Charez and came out of Charez. We need to understand one thing. Singer believes, because of our community and the changes that have in our community, that we're going to grow tired of fighting. That the same people still do not live in our community and still struggle daily. We need to show, like as we've done for so many years, that that's not true. We are not giving up. We continue fighting, and we'll continue fighting until we get the center back for our community.